In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on November 19, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Syracuse versus Wake Forest. 2 teams that were climbing the ranks midseason, Syracuse and Wake Forest, both find themselves free-falling as they prepare to square off on Saturday at Wake Forest. The Syracuse Orange now sit at 6-4 on the season and 3-3 in the Atlantic Coast Conference, but have dropped 4 straight games. The Wake Forest Demon Deacons are now 6-4 as well, and just 2-4 in the Atlantic Coast Conference as they come in with 3 straight losses heading into Saturday's matchup. Something has to give on Saturday. Syracuse is 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games against a team with a winning record, and 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games in November, while the under is 4-0 in their last 4 games following an against the spread loss. Wake Forest is 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games following an against the spread loss, and 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 home games against a team with a winning home record. Despite a 3-game losing streak, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons are double-digit favorites over the Syracuse Orange at home on Saturday. Wake Forest is 6-4 on the year despite the 3-game losing streak, averaging 36.6 points per game with the 12th best overall offensive grade per PFF. The Demon Deacon offense is propelled by a strong passing attack that ranks 6th in PFF's passing grade behind quarterback Sam Hartman and a group of Wake Forest wide receivers, headlined by Ed Perry, which ranks 3rd in PFF's pass road metric. Syracuse has been solid defensively all season, but the Orange will be without cornerback Garrett Williams in this contest, who tore his ACL in the game against Syracuse. Williams accumulated 37 tackles, 3 pass breakups, and 2 interceptions before his injury, and is one of the top defensive prospects on PFF's 2023 Big Board, so his absence will leave a glaring void against this talented Wake Forest passing attack. The Syracuse offense ranks outside the top 50 per PFF and is built around the run. Led by a dual-threat quarterback in Garrett Schrader and a dynamic running back in Sean Tucker, the Syracuse rushing attack has been much more reliable than its passing attack, which might be an issue for the Orange in this matchup. Wake Forest defense ranks in the top 10 against the run and in the top 35 in tackling per PFF, holding opponents to 3.8 yards per rush and 141.4 rush yards per game. Wake Forest ranks 17th in touchdown rate per Football Outsiders, so the Orange will have to put points on the board to keep up with the Demon Deacons. However, with the 87th best touchdown rate in college football, it is unlikely that the Orange will be able to do that. So the Wake Forest Demon Deacons to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Syracuse has a pretty aggressive defense that will give the Demon Deacons some trouble on offense. However, Syracuse has little to no offense right now, making it difficult for them to score big points. Schrader will be returning to the field following a shoulder injury, but to take some pressure off him, they will rely on Tucker to gain a lot of the yards. Wake Forest may also need to run the ball a bit to make sure they don't turn the ball over in the air. With Syracuse's lack of offense and their defense challenging Wake Forest's offense, I don't see this being a high-scoring affair. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Colorado versus Washington. The struggling Colorado Buffaloes travel to Washington to take on the Huskies in Pac-12 action on Saturday night. Colorado comes into this matchup at just 1-9 overall and 1-6 in Pac-12 play. Meanwhile, after a midseason 2-game losing streak, the Huskies come in on a 4-game winning streak and sit at 8-2 overall and 5-2 in the Pac-12. The high-powered Huskies offense will try to make it 5 straight wins on Saturday as they push towards a 10-win season. Colorado is 0-5 shillings in their last 5 road games and 0-4 shillings in their last 4 road games against a team with a winning home record, while the over is 5-0 in their last last 5 road games. Washington is 1-5 shillings in their last 6 games overall and 3-12 shillings in their last 15 games against a team with a losing record, while the over is 7-1 in their last 8 home games. The Huskies are the #1 passing team in the country and now square up against Colorado with the 103rd ranked passing defense. In their last 4 games, the Buffaloes are allowing 47 points per game. In 3 of those games, they have lost by 33, 38, and 39 points. The Huskies will not be motivated to let up in this game as they look to improve their ranking and improve their bowl options. In addition, Penix Jr. is certainly in the mix for the Heisman and will be out there trying to achieve some milestones such as 30 touchdowns in a season. The Huskies' defense has not been great, but the Buffaloes are the 124th scoring offense in the country. Colorado has options at quarterback with former starter McCown possibly eligible to return, but regardless, they will not be putting up any major numbers. I get the case to be made for a sizable underdog here, but Colorado's been the worst team in the Pac-12 by a mile. And maybe of all the power conferences this year as they're getting run over like roadkill, Washington tends to do their best work at home this season, and maybe it's a fate of the Buffaloes more than anything else. So the Washington Huskies to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Washington was able to put up 40 against Stanford in their win. I am taking Stanford as a comparison to Colorado considering both teams are in the bottom of their conference. However, Colorado's defense is statically worse than Stanford's. Therefore, I would not be surprised to see Washington put up 50-plus points, nearly covering the over themselves. The Buffaloes have hit the over in their last 5 consecutive road games and 6 times out of their last 7 following an against the spread loss. Washington has hit the over 4 consecutive times following an against the spread win and 7 out of their last 8 home games. It's a Pac-12 game, so I'm taking the over. In all seriousness, I have more faith in the offense of Washington routing the defense of Colorado to believe that this one winds up being a high-scoring affair. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Fresno State versus Nevada. Nevada looks for their first conference win of the season facing a hot Fresno State team in a Mountain West Conference clash. After losing 4 in a row, Fresno State has won their last 5 games and they are all alone in first place in the MWC West Division. The team is averaging 30 points per game and are led by an aerial attack that ranks 23rd in the nation in passing yards per game. Nevada is winless in MWC play, has lost 8 straight games, and the team finds itself on ESPN's bottom 10 list. They were crushed in their last game and on the season are only averaging 19 points per game while giving up an average of 30 points per game. No surprise that the Wolfpack are big underdogs, even at home. Fresno State is 3-8 against the spread in their last 11 games and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 road games. The over is 4-0 in Fresno State's last 4 games. Nevada is 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 conference games and 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 home games. The under is 4-1 in Nevada's last 5 games. The road team is 9-2 against the spread in these two teams' last 11 head-to-head meetings. Nevada has lost 8 in a row and they are coming off a bad blowout loss, which was at home. They have gotten poor quarterback play this season and they lost by 38 points in their last game even though Tar rushed for over 100 yards. On the other side of the coin, Fresno State has gotten solid quarterback play from Heener, who has 10 touchdowns to go with 2 picks over the last 3 games. The Fresno State pass defense will play well, and while they will give up rushing yards but not a lot of points, the Bulldogs will use a balance attack to light up the scoreboard. Nevada has been one of the worst teams in the country this season and just lost by 38 points to Boise State. The Wolfpack's offense has only generated 19 points per game and their defense is allowing over 30. Fresno State has played well since Heener has been back and I expect him to have a huge game here. So the Fresno State Bulldogs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Bulldogs have scored 32 or more points in each of their previous 4 showings. They dropped 55 on the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors a couple of weeks ago, so the line is a tricky one here at 54 points. The Wolfpack will struggle to hit double digits, but you never know what can happen in garbage time. Each but one of Nevada's last 5 games has seen less than 54 points on the scoreboard. The Wolfpack will have to lean on their ground game in order to stand a chance against Fresno State, so the hosts will eat the clock a lot. Nevada's last game, which was also at home, they only scored 3 points. I look for them to score more in this game, but not much, as they have had issues scoring the rock this season and they have not gotten good quarterback play. Fresno State will rack up the yards and the points on the ground and in the air. Still, with their defense playing well and keeping the Wolfpack to a low total, this one ends up being a low-scoring affair. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.